Testing, testing. Welcome, my friends, my family, my fellow gamers. This is your boy Puertorock 77 coming back at you with another video. Give me a minute while I make sure the acoustics are okay. I want to make sure everything's set up and that the stream is broadcasting as it's supposed to. Yep, everything sounds good. I want to know how everybody's doing. Appreciate it for you rocking by. Got another live stream to talk about. Another class is in session. The room is filling up. For those of you that made it, if you don't mind, hit the like button. And if you would be so kind to post a link, retweet this out, spread this among your preferred social media platforms, I would truly appreciate it. I would like to get the room filled up. So as the room slowly fills up, little chit chat real quick before I get to the main topic. And I just want to chit chat about Anthem real quick. Like, yo, this is crazy that Anthem's sabotaging platforms right now. So far I'm hearing mostly it's PlayStation 4. Some people are saying Xbox PC. I don't know anything about that. But a lot of it is PlayStation, consoles. That is crazy. It's crazy. A couple of things that's crazy about this, right? Before I get into the main topic. Number one, according to, people on the inside, EA knew this was happening. That this game, Anthem, was breaking consoles. And I'm like, how can you do this? Like, if you knew your product is damaging devices, how in the hell can you purposely release the game without ensuring that it won't damage devices? Like, what the hell is going on here? Now, I personally have not experienced this yet, but I am truly nervous if at any point I'm playing Anthem, I go through this. I mean, even if it's various levels of damage. Now, let's say it doesn't even brick. Let's say it damages my hard drive because it automatically shuts off. And then when I, without properly powering it off, let's say it messes up my hard drive and I lose access to all my save files. So now what I'm doing is I'm uploading all the save files to the games I care the most. And whatchamacallit? As a backup to play. You know what I'm saying? This is bananas. Like, I don't understand this, I mean, hey, I like the game, but I know there's a lot of issues. A lot of people feels light on content. It needs improvement. I get all the issues. The game does have a lot of issues. I say the main thing I like about it is, it just makes me feel like I'm Iron Man. I'm kind of enjoying that. But I could see how people could find it repetitive. The content, I get it. And they're, for the most part, they're right. This game needs a lot of work. BioWare needs to work hard into making this game. This is like, I'll be honest, this almost should be a free to play. It should be in a way. Not gonna lie. But this is ludicrous. This is ridiculous. Destroying consoles, breaking consoles, shutting down consoles. Nah, this is crazy. I don't know what's up with this. I don't know what's up with EA, man. EA has truly becoming trash. It's insane what's going on with this company, bro. I really don't get it. What the hell's happening? And what's even sadder? Like, BioWare was always aligned with quality. I mean, look at their past games before EA. Shit, like, is everything EA touching turning to trash? Like, or is this just a bad spell? Like a slump. Where you're a great baseball player, but you're just having a bad period. Like, I don't understand, man. Like, I'm actually scared of booting up Anthem until I get confirmation EA released a patch and fixed this stuff. That's just something I had to get off my chest. But anyway, let me shout out to the chat. All right, real quick before we move on. And again, If you're just appearing, please retweet this out, put it on your Facebook, whatever's your favorite social media platform, spread out the knowledge so people could jump on in. Hit the like button. Shout out to the chat. DI Almighty Spartan. MK was good. Roman Knight, Harry Hack, Free Flow. You know what I'm saying? We got but man, I'm sorry. Bilgan Nayama. I hope I didn't butcher your name. I'm sorry. Luke's Blade. You know what I'm saying? Simply Deep. You know what I'm saying? Who else we got here? Marcel. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. You know, Chown by Fire. Yo, Blue, what's up? As we keep going down. And Nate, don't call me Danny. JP Loco, Baltimore's MVP. What's good? DT Roof. What's good? Sneaky Snake, Buck Rogers, Alvin. Appreciate you showing up. Shadow, the Ghost, White Ninja, what's up? Heath Stevens, what's good? King Matic, you know what I'm saying? That are you sickness? Well, man, you guys have some creative ass names up in here. Sam Ash, what's good up in here? Man, y'all testing my reading skills up in here. The random guy, Frank B1, Ryder Dewan, what's up? Or Rhea? Man, y'all killing me here. Dewan, what's up? Theodore Bergman, Darklink, Support Gaming, what's up? Who else we got up in here? Who else we got? All Day Digital, what's up, my brother? Thank you for showing up. Christopher, what's up? And we still going down. What else? We still going down. Yo, it's nice to catch you live. You got Wounded, what's it? Wound Up Penguin. Damn, I'm glad you're able to make it. Got the show early enough. It's not too early for America, but it's just right for Europe. It's a good balance. Who else we got up in here, man? Oh, this chat is kicking, is pumping. We're moving along. Sneaky Snake, Mr. Manhattan, what's up? And we put it rated PG. Flaffy, what's good? Spider Silver, Shadow the Ghost. Damn, we got to move it in. The room's filling in. We already got our first super chat and it's scrolling through. You know what I'm saying? Dark Link 999, appreciate it. He says, showing some support on my lunch break. I'm loving my new pro. Started Bloodborne, God of War. Man, enjoy those games. I'm telling you, Bloodborne is a beast. I mean, I know we all know God of War is a beast. We already got that. But Bloodborne, you in for a treat, man. One of the best games I played this gen. One of the best games a lot of people play this gen. It's just absolutely phenomenal. Mario Heat, Cheeks the Freak. Oh, snap. You dudes are crazy. Everybody's crazy up in here, man. All right. Lay was good. Militant Rebel. That's right. Your only friend in these YouTube streets. Ice Queen Gaming. What's up, girl? How's everything? Oh, man. All right. So we're moving on. Let's see who else. Robert McLeod, Matthew Rivera was good. And we're about to kick it. All right. We're about to kick to the main point. All right. We got 100 people watching. I got 46 likes. The ratio, you know what I'm saying? It's all about ratios. No, I'm just kidding. If you don't mind, please hit the like button. I would truly appreciate it. And again, pass it along. All right. So we all see the title. Single player games versus multiplayer games. What gamers are getting wrong. Right? To kick this off, I want to kick this off with Phil Spencer. Right? Because this all began like a year or two ago with Phil Spencer. I think it's 2 years ago around the time Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, I'm just going to tell you verbatim what news outlets and gaming outlets posted. All right. This is his quote. Phil Spencer, right? The audience for those big story-driven games, I won't say it isn't as large, but they're not as consistent. You'll have things like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild or Horizon Zero Dawn that'll come out and they'll do really well. But they don't have the same impact that they used to have because the big service-based games are capturing such a large amount of audience. Sony's first-party studios do a lot of these games, and they're good at them. But outside of that, it's difficult. They become more rare. It's a difficult business decision for those teams you're fighting into more headwind. We got to understand that if we enjoy those games, the business opportunity has to be there for them. I love story-based games. I just finished Thimbleweed Park Inside. Inside was probably my game of last year. As an industry, I want to make sure both narrative-driven single-player games and service-based games have the opportunity to succeed. I think that's critical for us. That is what Phil Spencer said. Now, here's my interpretation of what he said. Number one, he's playing two roles in one comment. Right? That's what he's doing right now. Okay? He is talking like a businessman, and like a gamer all at the same time. And to me, that sends mixed messages, right? I think he's playing games with that quote, right? He's satisfying what you call it, the boardroom, while at the same time trying to make himself look like a hero, right? And I'm gonna explain why. I'm gonna explain why, And this convo is gonna be 2 segments about Phil Spencer and then the gamers that reacted from this quote, right? Number one, look at his point right here when he said this. He said, I won't say it isn't as large, but they're not as consistent. Okay. So, again, he kicks off his quote with the audience for those big story driven games. I won't say it isn't as large, but they're not as consistent. All right. So, he's talking about story driven games not as consistent. Since when is multiplayer games consistent? Because last I checked, Lawbreakers flopped like within the first week. There's plenty of multiplayer games that failed. Right? So no game in any genre is consistent. There's no such thing as a consistent good genre, a consistent good multiplayer game, a consistent good single player game, a consistent good RPG, a consistent good sports game. You can't even, it's rare to even say you get a good consistent game within the same franchise. So there is no consistency. You can't even say there's consistently good Zelda games. So there is no consistency in anything, right? To go on, you'll have things like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild or Horizon Zero Dawn that'll come out and they'll do really well, but they don't have the impact that they used to have because the big service-based games are capturing such a large amount of audience. This is not a gamer talk. That statement right there is pure businessman. That is businessman Phil talking for that little sentence. Again, I'm going to say what he said again. You'll have things like Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, or Horizon Zero Dawn that come out and they'll do really well. But they don't have the same impact that they used to have because the big service-based games are capturing such a large amount of audience. So now, here's the thing. Horizon Zero Dawn sold 10 million copies. So you're telling me that's not impactful because Overwatch sold 30 million? What does Overwatch have to do with Horizon Zero Dawn? One hasn't had to do anything for the other. Overwatch sales did not impact Horizon Zero Dawn, and Horizon Zero Dawn did not impact Overwatch. There's plenty of space to have both. The only way any games will impact each other is when they're released. Like you could say, if Horizon Zero Dawn launch during the same month as Call of Duty, then yes, them two are going to bump into each other. But that's not a multiplayer versus single player game because look how Titanfall 2 got thrashed by Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty. Titanfall is a multiplayer game, and that game got slapped. That had nothing to do with multiplayer versus single player. That game got thrashed. And the same applies to single player game. Fallout 4 slapped the shit out of Rise of Tomb Raider coming out the same day. 2 single player games has nothing to do with multiplayer. And Fallout 4 killed that game. Good games are good games. Bad games are bad games. That's it. That's the only consistency in gaming we got. A good game is a good game. A bad game is a bad game. And more often than not, a good game's going to sell. A bad game's going to be forgotten. Period. Bio Boost. Appreciate the super chat. Says Pring Rock bringing down the facts. You damn right. All right? Crackdown got multiplayer. But Horizon Zero Dawn smoked the shit out that game. Period. Look at all the multiplayer games Horizon Zero Dawn slapped the piss out of that Microsoft made. State of Decay 2 got slapped up. Sea of Thieves got slapped up. Crackdown got slapped up. Hell, can we honestly say Gears of War 4 sold 10 million? Can anybody say that? No, slapped up. To be honest, I'm not even sure Halo 5 sold 10 million. Going back to Gears of War 4, that game's on 2 platforms. Xbox One and PC. 2 major platforms. Horizon Zero Dawn's only available on PlayStation. Sold 10 million. Where's 10 million Gears of War sell since it has multiplayer? What Phil said doesn't make sense. And I'm not saying single player is better than multiplayer. The issue here is he's bringing up 2 points that has nothing to do. Again, look what he said. You'll have things like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild or Horizon Zero Dawn that'll come out and they'll do really well. But they don't have the same impact that they used to have because the big service-based games are capturing such a large amount of audience. What service-based games do doesn't mean just because a service-based game, let's say like a game like Fortnite, just because Fortnite has 50 million players doesn't mean that Horizon Zero Dawn failed. And I'm going to talk more about, that's going to be part of my second point with Fortnite stuff. Horizon Zero Dawn, to believe it or not, this is what's crazy. Horizon Zero Dawn is Guerrilla's most successful game they created. And the games they made before had multiplayer. Killzone was always multiplayer. Killzone always had multiplayer. Right? Yet their most successful game, their most impactful game is Horizon Zero Dawn. In fact, it wasn't until Horizon Zero Dawn that Guerrilla truly got the respect as a Sony first party. Before that, we would never even say that Guerrilla deserves to be among, Sony Santa Monica and Naughty Dog. Now, I'm not saying they're not up to that level yet, but they're getting there. Before Horizon Zero Dawn, hell no. Guerrilla was an average studio at best. The best achievement people would give Guerrilla props was simply they're great at graphics. That's it. P-Rock, are you saying that a new IP beat an established franchise? Xbox defend your shit. Flaffy, thank you for the super chat. Now, that's what I'm saying. Horizon Zero Dawn sold 10 million. Gears of War 4 didn't. Gears of War is on 2 platforms. Multiplayer didn't help it. Now, I'm not saying Gears of War is a bad game. All I'm saying is dismissing this notion that because one game did one thing and another game did another, it dismisses anything. That's not how it works. Gears of War, I would say, is probably one of the most impactful games because it put a studio on the map. That's one, Guerrilla, because Guerrilla has a lot more respect than it ever did. And Guerrilla started, I think their first game was like Shell Shock. Most people don't even know that. Then they made Killzone starting on PS2. That was a joke. People laughed at the game. Killzone 2 gave them a little credit, but again, mostly graphics. That's what Killzone really known for, graphics. It was great graphics. Gameplay average at best for the majority. But Horizon Zero Dawn, it put that studio on the map. That's one. It put their engine on the map. Number 2, Decima engine that even Kojima took notice. So Horizon Zero Dawn is probably one of the most impactful games this gen because of what it did for that studio. Harry Heck, thank you for the super chat. Spencer is a dwarf. Suspend sorcery on elephant nuts. Oh my God, this guy's wilding out. Everybody's wilding out here. All right. Thank you for the support. And we're going to teach you this truth. All right. So what Phil Spencer said here, I'm going to tell you what Phil Spencer really means. All right. When he said, and I'm going to quote him again, you'll have things like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild or Horizon Zero Dawn that'll come out and they'll do really well, but they don't have the same impact that they used to have because of the big service-based games are capturing such a large amount of audience. What he means is Business Phil says, yeah, Legend Zelda and Horizon Zero Dawn do good, but we want service-based games because they make more money for us. That is what he's saying. We don't want the money Zelda and Horizon Zero Dawn makes. We want the money service-based games make. That is business Phil. That is not gaming Phil. That is what he means with that sentence. He wants gas, games as a service money. He doesn't want Horizon Zero Dawn money, even if it did sell 10 million. That's not what he wants. He don't want single-player games that sell 10 million. Now, as a gamer, do you co-sign that statement? Or do you slave fulfill? I'm going to leave that up to y'all. Now, next thing he said, Sony first-party studios do a lot of these games, and they're good at them. But outside of that, it's difficult. They become more rare. It's a difficult business decision for those teams you're fighting into more headwind. There is no headwind. You make a good game, it sells. People was telling me Spider-Man is dead on arrival because it only has a month before Red Dead comes out. People arguing with me. Oh, Spider-Man's done because Red Dead's coming out and it has multiplayer. Yet 10 million sold on one platform. There is no headwind. You make a compelling game, they buying it, period. It's a difficult business decision. No, it's actually not, because the business decision is the business suits. That's the game. Those are the people that make the decision. So yeah, if a dude in a suit that's not a gamer tells you, no, we don't want you to make a single player game, we want you to make a multiplayer game because we want games as a service, then yeah, life is hard. Look at BioWare. They're a single player studio. But what did EA suits want from BioWare? They didn't want BioWare to make, a Jade Empire 2. They didn't want BioWare to focus on Mass Effect Andromeda. They put a B team on that game. They wanted BioWare to make a multiplayer game, despite the fact BioWare has been known for big, compelling first-party games. Now, cool. It's all right to switch it up. I mean, hell, Guerrilla did it, right? Guerrilla was a first-person shooting multiplayer company, developer, and then they went from that to single-player RPG, right? But my question is that decision based on belief, talent, and vision of creating gay games? Or did you make that decision simply because you're chasing a buck? You're just simply chasing $1. I don't know. We can make assumptions of how EA, but looking at how Anthem turned out, it seems like they were more concerned about trying to get a game chasing $1 than chasing a game quality, because the goddamn game is bricking consoles. And they knew. So that don't sound like a company that has a vision to produce the highest quality games out in the market when the damn game is bricking devices. That's just me, though, right? That's just me. We got to understand that if we enjoy these games, now he's trying to talk like a gamer, the business opportunity has to be there for them. Yeah, it's called gaming. The business opportunity is there. You make a good game, it sells. Right? Now, of course, there's little nuances like advertisement. Proper advertisement, get the knowledge out there. Don't rely on just word of mouth from YouTubers. Get a decent amount of advertisement. Make sure the previews of the game are acceptable. Get good info out there, and chances are your game's going to be successful. Actually put some effort into the game. Stuart Stokes. There seems to be a notion that if a game doesn't have multiplayer, it's incomplete. Not naming anyone, but people were saying Days Gone needed 4-player co-op. If people wanted that, hey, they could choose whatever they want. I appreciate Days Gone, or hopefully I can appreciate Days Gone for what it is. There's certain things I'm nervous about Days Gone, not saying that it's impacted by it. There's certain things I hope, pretty much, I'm going to be honest, I hope it doesn't Red Dead Redemption to me. I hope I don't go through part 2 of that. That's, and most of you know my concerns about that, all right? But anyway, continue on. We got to understand that if we enjoy these games, the business opportunity has to be there for them. I love story-based games. I just finished Thimbleweed Park. Inside was probably my game of the year. As an industry, I want to make sure both narrative-driven single-player games and service-based games have the opportunity to succeed. I think that's critical for us. They're both going to succeed because there's a tons crap of gamer. PlayStation alone has over 90 million console sales. That's more than enough to support multiplayer and single-player. Both are thriving on PlayStation. So it's there. It's there. Sunset Overdrive did everything right. Why didn't it sell well? To be honest, I don't have that opinion of Sunset Overdrive. I think Sunset Overdrive is a decent game, but I don't think it's a big, compelling game. I played it. I played more than halfway, and after a while, I got bored. In my opinion, the gameplay limited, actually. The fact that most of it was just mostly rail riding, I think that limited. That's just my opinion on Sunset Overdrive. And I played it. Half of it, it wasn't as big as what I seen. Now, keep in mind, I played the game in 2017. I didn't buy it in 2014. So, given the games that came out in 2014, yeah, maybe Sunset Overdrive was the big thing. But by the time I played it, I played a lot of great games. It's a good game, but it isn't a big game to me. But that's just me, though. But that's just I don't think it would be that big on PlayStation either. It was an okay game. I don't think it's as big as anything. But that's just me. A different conversation for a different day. All right. The problem here with Phil Stamen, he blended two personalities, a business personality and a gamer personality. But everybody assumed he's talking from the heart of a gamer. No, he's not. What he did was he talked as a businessman and used the gamer side as a disguise to make it seem like it's a conversation of gamer to gamer. No, this is business suit. Phil talking. And business suit Phil says that for Xbox, for Microsoft, multiplayer games is a better business venture than single player games. That's it. Single player games have been very successful this gen, and they made lots of money. Good ones. Just like good multiplayer games have been very successful, made lots of money. And on the flip side, bad games did bad multiplayer games did bad. That's it. That's all it is. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, this is my second part to the convo. Because of this statement, this led to gamers having a conversation. You have those that supported his view. Yeah, single player is dying, or single players just don't generate, or single players don't have the market penetration, and then you have those that support single player. You have two sides. This is what gamers don't understand, all right? And we're going to talk about market penetration or attachment ratios, all this stuff, okay? Fortnite has like 50 million players playing the game. Apex recently broke 50 million players, right? And these are some of the examples gamers are using to justify Phil Spencer's statement. They're like, look at Apex, 50 million players playing this game already. Look at Fortnite, 50, 60, whatever million players playing this game, right? This is what Phil's talking about, as compared to Horizon Zero Dawn, which only sold 10 million out of 92 million PlayStation gamers. 10 million is still successful, but the penetration is not there. That's what they're talking about, right? That conversation is dumbed down and watered down because no one's looking at the whole picture, all right? So I'm going to present this to you. I'm going to give you the full information that y'all need to know, all right? Number one, Fortnite and Apex do not have a barrier that Horizon Zero Dawn and Spider-Man has. Can anybody guess what that barrier is? There is something Fortnite and Apex doesn't have an issue with that Spider-Man, God of War, and Horizon Zero Dawn does. What do you think? I'm going to let the chat see if you could type up the guess. While you typing it up, I'm going to read Harry Hex on Super Chat. He says, if multiplayer is a service today, why not only bring out one single FIFA, NHL, Madden every generation as a service providing free roster updates? Interesting point. Great point, Harry. And people are getting it. Free to play. That actual cost money. Okay? You don't have to buy Fortnite and Apex, but you have to buy God of War, Spider-Man, and Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, this is the thing a lot of people do not understand. All right? There are 92 million PlayStation consoles out there. Shout out to El Matador. Thank you for the super chat. Phil is killing Xbox. Wish Peter Moore was there. I'll tell you what, Peter Moore was the man. The best head of Xbox, period. Thank you so much. This is one thing you have to understand about PlayStation. I want everybody to understand this. 92 million PlayStation 4 consoles does not mean it's backed by 92 million people with money. Now, people are probably thinking, what the hell are you talking about, Puertorock? 92 million people bought it. That means 92 million have money. No. The people with money, millions of people who bought PlayStations, did not buy it for themselves. Millions bought it for someone else, primarily children and young teenagers that don't have their own money. They bought them as Christmas gifts, birthdays gifts, graduation gifts, bar mitzvah gifts, whatever the occasion, or simply because the kid wanted it. Whatever the occasion, millions upon millions of children, young teenagers have PlayStations. None of them have purchasing power. None of them have money other than what their parents is going to give them. So if you have a whole bunch of kids, a whole bunch of teenagers, and they want to play Spider-Man, right? And their parents be like, we'll buy you Spider-Man, but we only have $60. So you either choose Spider-Man or Call of Duty. We'll get you whichever game you want, but you're only getting one. Choose. Guess what? The teenager, the kid doesn't have a choice. He or she's going to have to pick one game. And I'm going to be honest, more often than not, they're going to pick Call of Duty because at least Call of Duty is a game they can always play over and over with their friends, despite the fact that they also want to play Spider-Man. Oh, well, mommy said, I'm going to give you $60. You pick the game you want to play. Sure, they want to play Spider-Man. They want the game. They don't have money to buy it because mommy ain't giving it to them. It's funny because a lot of us say, oh, I've been gaming for 30 years. I'll be like, word? So how old were you in gaming? 8 years old. Oh, word? So were you working at 8? You're like, no, my mom bought the game. Exactly. You own the Nintendo, but you didn't buy games for Nintendo. Your mama did. My mama did. My dad did. Let me point you a scenario. You got a family of 4. A mom, a dad, a son, and a daughter. The son and daughter are like 8, 9 years old. Whatever. Young kids, right? The mom and dad, all of them are gamers. All of them. Xbox gamers, PlayStation gamers, whatever console you pick. Hell, fuck it. Let's call them Xbox gamers for the sake of argument. The dad's an Xbox gamer, the mom's an Xbox gamer, the son's an Xbox gamer, the daughter's an Xbox gamer. They're all Xbox gamers, right? So you got 4 consoles. They each have their own console because they're hardcore gamers. At least the parents are. Mom's a hardcore gamer. Dad's a hardcore gamer. Mom has a job. Dad has a job. You know, because they're hardcore gamers. They want their kids to enjoy gaming. So they got them each their own Xbox. Pretty common. You know, it's not that far off. I'm not making up some Marvel's Adventures story, right? 4 people each have a gaming console. Out of those 4 console gamers, how many of them have money to buy games? Who has the purchasing power? Only 2. Mom and dad. Now, I know everybody's making fun of Xbox family. Switch it up to PlayStation. Switch it up to Nintendo Switch. Switch it up to Switch. Doesn't matter. Only 2 people have the decision to buy games. They're the ones that's going to decide what games get bought. The other 2 kids, the 2 9-year-olds, the 10-year-olds, they can't do nothing other than what mommy and daddy tells them they could get. But now, let me ask you this. Those same 4 people, when it comes to Fortnite, who has the power to get that game? All 4 of them. Little Timmy and Josie, they don't need mommy to buy Fortnite. It's free. They're on their account. They just go to the store and download it, and they're playing. That's it. Same thing with Apex. There is no financial barrier for all these kids, the millions and millions of kids, to play these games. They don't need mommy and daddy to play Apex. They don't need mommy and daddy Fortnite. And yes, millions and millions of kids are playing this game. Look at Fortnite in the rave. Go to YouTube and type in Good Morning America Fortnite. They had a show talking about the dangers of Fortnite. They're talking to teachers. Oh, kids all over are talking about Fortnite, Fortnite craze, Fortnite craze. They're not talking about the adults having a Fortnite craze. They're talking about all these millions and millions of kids. And guess what? They all have access to the game because it's free. That's it. There is no financial barrier. Now compare that to Spider-Man. That's $60. Majority of those kids, they may want to play it, but they only get to play it if mommy says so or if daddy said so. That's it. And sometimes, parents are strict. Not every parent gives their kids everything they want. They could be like, hey, here you go, Junior. Here's $60. Now Junior's like, oh, but Dad, I want to get Call of Duty to play with my friends too. You got $60. I'm giving you $60 for Spider-Man. Or you could use it for Call of Duty when it comes out. But I'm not getting you both. You're going to have to wait a couple of months before I get you another game. So what you going to do? And the kid's like, God. And then, the kid most likely will pick Call of Duty. Not because he's a casual. Not because, making fun of him or anything like that. Not making fun of anything like that. You see? It all comes down to what makes sense for the gamer. 11-year-olds like, damn, I couldn't buy one game. I'm going to buy Call of Duty because at least I could play with my friends all the time while I really want to play Spider-Man. But if I buy Spider-Man, he's SOL when it comes to playing games. Okay? I know, shout out to Lionel B, not true Puertorock. They need Xbox Live for Xbox to play free to play. Yes, but most likely that's already been paid throughout the whole year. Now compared Xbox Live and you still want to buy Gears of War 4. That's a double tap. The whole point is if Xbox Live is already paid, that gamer just needs to go to the store and download Fortnite. It's not like Gears of War 4. Yes, Gears of War 4, not only do you have to buy Gears of War 4, you still have to get Xbox Live. So I wasn't really including Xbox Live in and of itself. It's more of the merit of the game. You see? Bottom line is more people have access to free to play. I got Apex installed on my console. I haven't played it yet, but I got the game. When I feel like playing it, I'll play it. I could do that. I can't do that with any other game. I can't just pick a game that I have to buy and be like, oh, let me just install it. No, I have to make the decision to buy the game. In other words, there is a barrier. And I'm not saying that's a negative opinion. I'm just saying that's the real. There's a barrier with paid games. That's just how it is. As compared to a barrier that don't exist. El Matador. Los Salazar release date will hurt some people. I hope more people get to see that game. I hope more people get to, but that's a different topic on another day. But I think, what is it? I think it's actually on the 7th. I'll be making videos on that, right? The main points I want everybody to understand is this. 92 million consoles sold. And this is any console sold. Pick any console on any generation ever. PlayStation 250 million. Xbox 360, 85 million. PlayStation 3, 80 million. GameCube, 25 million. Wii, 100 million. It doesn't matter. The majority of those consoles, or at least a good, huge portion of the consoles, are not purchasing power consumers. Many of those consoles are bought for people that don't have income to keep buying all the games. They have to rely on somebody else, mostly their parents. And then you have adults who don't have a lot of money. They have to be smart with how they spend their money. So a lot of adults ain't going to buy every game out there. They have to pick and choose and be wise with their money. That's just the reality. 92 million consoles does not mean 92 million purchasers that can buy games. A lot of those consoles are gifts. A lot of those consoles are played by children, teenagers, many millions of people that rely on their parents or their guardians to sustain the gaming habits. Ultimately, it is a multiplayer versus single player. That doesn't ever exist. That never existed. The only time games bump head is the release date. If it comes out the same month, it's going to bump heads because, again, a lot of people that month only have $60 and they get one choice. So it's on the company to stagger in position, work with the third parties, like Sony does. Sony works with the third parties. Remember, Days Gone used to be a February launch game. All of a sudden, we need more time for quality. Maybe they did. But it's convenient that they moved it away. They didn't even put it in March because March is division, right? It's convenient they moved it out of an area where the big games are coming out. Because that's really that's the reality. Good games are good games, bad games are bad games. And that's my point. And that's all I wanted to say. That's my 2 cents in this whole conversation. All right? Take it for what it's worth. All right? This is your boy Puertorock 77. I'm glad you spent a little bit of time with me. If you're new to the channel, I would appreciate it if you subscribe. Everybody, while you're here, hit the like button on your way out. Retweet it. Do what you got to do. I hope the rest of you enjoy. All right. This is your boy Puertorock 77. And you guys have a good night. And I'm out. Peace.